What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to another podcast. And this time we got Heidi. How you doing, Heidi?
Good, thanks. How are you? Happy
Doing
to be here.
great. Yeah. It's been a long time. The last time I uploaded a podcast was like when Tuchel came in the first couple games. So it's been a minute. So and since then a lot of things have changed. We are European champions. We've gone through the ups and downs. And yeah, guys, in this podcast, we're just gonna review our season from the beginning to the end, and we're just gonna talk about what happened, what was our favorite moments, things like that. So we're just gonna start out at the beginning of the season, Haiti. So Lampard, we finished top four. We are like excited. You got a bunch of new signings: Havertz, Werner, Thiago Silva, Mendy, and we signed them. We are like, okay, this is our time. We are maybe going for the league title. And we
Mhm.
had a decent start. We had like a 17 game unbeaten streak, and people were kind of hyping our team up. And then, boom, November comes, December comes, loss after loss, more drop points, and then things are looking sketchy. What was your feelings and emotions at the time?
So I kind of have a different opinion of this when Lampard like signed all those new players. I know a lot of people were expecting number one or two,
Yeah,
big wins and finish top of the table. But when he made those new signings, I expected a rough season. Like I knew it was going to be a rough season because it was like a completely different team, young team as well. And Lampard wasn't super experienced at the time, maybe isn't now. So I wasn't expecting us to win the league position one or two. I wasn't expecting that at all. So I went in, you know, expecting anything. I'd say I went in expecting anything. So beginning of the season was good. I was actually surprised at how well we were playing. That was kind of shocking for me. But when we started losing, when things started going down, it's like it hit me. I didn't expect us to hit like such a low. You know what I mean? So that was really difficult to watch. And yeah, like that phase, the Lampard phase when we went down, that was really difficult. And not to
yeah.
say I expected like a one or two. It was yeah.
He was just this sudden collapse. I think he started against the loss against Everton at Goodison Park. We lost 1-0, and then I think we won the next game or drew the next game, and then we lost to Arsenal 3-1 at the Emirates, and then things just started like going like bad at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We were just playing good. I mean, Ziyech was playing right wing. We were playing that 4-3-3. We were like playing very attacking football. Havertz was a number 8 at the time. It was very interesting move from Lampard. Him and Mason were number 8s with Conte behind. I mean, that was a very attacking lineup. We had a lot of possession, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. I think Lampard got sacked after the Leicester loss, right?
I think it was. I know it was soon after the Arsenal one, maybe a couple games
Well, I
after
think
that.
it was right after the FA Cup game, right? That was
Yeah, I
his
think
cup game,
so.
yeah. He won it 2-1. I
Mhm.
think Mason captained it. That was
Mhm.
the game, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, true, true, true. Yeah.
I think that's the only time Mason has been a captain this year, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully next year,
Yeah.
hopefully next year he's gonna be captaining the team even more. Eventually he's gonna be
Mhm.
that for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So let me just
Yeah.
ask you this: before the season started, what was your prediction? Where do you think we're gonna finish, like in the Premier League?
So to be honest, before the season started, I just knew that I knew we are gonna get top four, but I honestly thought it was gonna be three or four. One or two that did not cross my mind at all. That I ruled down one or two, so it was gonna be three or four for sure.
What
So
about
I mean,
Champions
I
League?
guess that's what happened. Champions League, winning Champions League at the beginning of the season was not even a thought for me. Like
What
I
was
just
your
said, you know
prediction?
what, we're going in there to build.
Yeah, you thought you're gonna go like in the
And
quarterfinals, semifinals. What do you think?
yeah, yeah, no, I would have said semis was going to be our best. Honestly, I thought semis was going to be our best.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Because I think my prediction was that we're gonna finish either second or third in the Premier League. And then in the
yeah,
Champions League, I said maybe a quarter final or a semifinal like you. I think that would have been like a very good season. And then
hmm,
the Premier League, we barely hit top four. I mean, if there was no Bale, I mean, we would be playing like Europa League if we didn't win the Champions League. But I
yeah,
mean, we got the top four done. I mean, it was hard, but it happened.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
you remember who were like the managerial options after Lampard sacked? Lampard got sacked.
What was the question, sorry?
Who was that? Do you remember the managerial like options? Before after the Lampard got set.
Yeah, I remember it was Tuchel and Allegri also came up, I think it was.
Allegri.
Um,
There were some rumors about Pochettino. It was like very
yeah, I
big.
remember Poch signed right before Lampard got sacked, I think it was, but he was still like kind of in that gray area. So yeah, before we got Tuchel, I think I wanted Poch first, but then we lost him like right before we could, before
Mhm.
Lampard got sacked. And Tuchel was actually my last option, to be honest. Like after Poch, I wanted to go for Allegri, but we got
I
Tuchel, and
think
I'm happy with that.
there were some rumors about Shevchenko too. That was very weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't hear that one.
Tuchel,
Yeah.
like I don't know his reputation. I think in PSG he did a great job. I think with the players that he had, the players are not really willing to do the off the ball work that much. So I think he had to
Mm-hmm.
completely change his philosophy. He had to play that midfield that he was like very defensive minded. Remember under Herrera, Marquinhos as a DM, Idrissa Gueye, who else is there? Paredes. It's just too many defensive midfielders there. But I mean, he had to put
Mm-hmm.
them there because Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, they don't do any
Yeah.
defensive work.
Mm-hmm.
I think when he came to Chelsea, he was like a young team, so he could mold them the way he wanted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Plus, like I feel like them giving him such a short contract in the beginning, he knew he had to go in and like get results right then because he only had like a couple months. So that I think kind of put like good or bad pressure on him, but it turned out to be good pressure with
I
the
think
short
he
contract.
knew. Yeah, I think he knew what job he was taking because I think he was
Yeah.
gonna use a system that's gonna guarantee results first, and then
Mhm.
eventually he's gonna turn the team into like a very attractive type of team. Like they play good football. I think
Mhm.
he did the right thing. I think Lampard was the one thing I think he got it wrong was he just rushed everything too much. His lack of experience I think hindered him at the end. I think maybe
Yeah.
if he played like the 4-2-3-1 or the back three just to make things like a bit more safe, bit more conservative, but it
Mhm.
was just like straight 4-3-3 with not really a lot of
Yeah.
training and preseason. I think that hurt the team a lot in the long term.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. No, I
Tuchel,
definitely agree.
when Tuchel came in, what did you think he's gonna do? Do you think he's gonna like secure us the top four? What was the expectations?
So I always say this and I always repeat this that Lampard phase that we went down to like ninth position, that look, it completely took away all my hope for the rest of the season. So when Tuchel came, I was kind of already thinking about the next season. I just kind of was hoping that we'd make top six then. When Tuchel came, I was like, all right, we just need to get back into the top six. So when he came in, I honestly didn't have any expectations. And he came and he changed the lineup quite a bit. Like, I mean, back three again. So I didn't know what to expect. I was honestly like, okay, he's got a short contract. He's got, made a Champions League final before. He can get us to top six. We're not expecting anything. But when we started to pick up, like, then my head was back in it for sure.
Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
when he came in, he instantly had a plan. Remember, like he switched to a back three. The players, it felt like the players already knew what they were doing. I think his training sessions were very interesting. I don't know if you saw the training with the small ball. It was just
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has like very interesting routines, and I think in Dortmund when the team didn't have that many like standout players like stars, I think he could implement those tactics much better than in PSG. But I think this Chelsea team now that we are even linked to more young players, it means it's like we are building a team for the next 10 years. The team that's gonna compete for the next
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus I was kind of he kind of knew who he wanted to play before he got there because
Mhm.
he was already hinting at I'm interested in Rudiger. Of course he had his Havertz and Werner. So yeah, he was definitely like looking at the team, analyzing before he got the job, which is really good because he
Yeah,
knew what he was going to
100%.
do as soon as he got in.
I don't know if you know, but he was linked to us in 2018 when Antonio Conte left.
Really? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I think
Mm-hmm.
we were actually in talks with him. He knew what the young players were in our club. He knew about Mason Mount, Loftus-Cheek, Hudson-Odoi, all these guys. He knew about them, and he was
Yeah.
actually interested in the job. But I think the deal really didn't happen. So he moved to PSG, and then Sarri came to
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think he knows a lot of young players. He checks the academy games and stuff. So I think
Mm-hmm.
he knows what he's doing about at Chelsea, and he knows the expectations.
Yeah. Yeah. What were your
No,
expectations when he came in though?
hmm.
Did you think we're going to work our way back up there, back in the race,
I thought
or
top
had you
four.
ruled out the season?
I thought top four is going to be definitely possible for me. The
Yeah.
Champions League, not at all. I thought the quarterfinal would be first, especially after I saw we're going to face Atletico Madrid in the round of 16. I was like, this is a bit hard, man. It's going to be very sketchy.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, moving to the Atletico game, I mean, we just dominated them. We dominated
Oh
them. We
yeah.
completely outclassed them. It was like a easy game for us.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it wasn't too difficult at all. Plus, we went in as the underdogs as well because everything on social media was Atletico's kicking you out last game, and both legs it was clean. So
Yeah,
yeah, after I saw our performance with Atletico, I knew that we could go all the way. Because for me, that was kind of like the deciding game to see how we were going to perform in the Champions League, and that was just perfect. Like everyone was on form.
a lot of people said that they were like when we beat Atletico Madrid, that was like the turning point for us. We were like, oh, we are more confident.
Yeah.
We might be able to do it. Things started changing at that time. And then we beat Atletico
Exactly.
Madrid. We got Porto in the quarters. Porto was a difficult games to be honest. I
Mhm.
mean, they were very defensively, what's it called, sound. They were like very strong physically, and
Mhm.
that Persian guy scored a bicycle kick, Mehdi Taremi. That won the goal of
Mhm.
the tournament. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the game that we lost was pretty stressful too. I mean, I thought
Yeah.
we might concede the second one and then go to extra time and stuff. That was crazy.
Mhm. Yeah, no, second leg was definitely harder. But
Yeah,
yeah.
we conceded only 4 goals
Mhm.
in the whole tournament, which is absolutely insane. I think that's the lowest amount
That's
of goals
insane.
conceded for a winner.
That is insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, when Tuchel came, he transformed our defense. And
Mhm.
to think at the beginning of the season that was our biggest problem, to then being one of our strongest parts, yeah, that was incredible from him.
Yeah, I think we only conceded like 19 goals under Tuchel.
Yeah, yeah, no, I saw that this morning. Yeah.
5 of them was like
Mhm.
against West Brom. How?
Mhm.
How did they concede against
Yeah.
West Brom 5 goals and we conceded only 4 in the whole Champions League tournament?
I know, I know. 5 in one game versus four in one of the most difficult competitions. Yeah, no, the West Brom game was crazy. But what I really liked is it showed us that like the team could bounce back straight after. You know what I mean? Because straight after the West Brom game, I think we went straight into the Champions League, and then people were kind of worried that okay, we just performed like this a couple of days ago. What's the performance going to be like in Champions League? But we bounced back straight. So
Yeah, a lot of people were saying it's gonna be like a honeymoon period, like when the manager gets sacked and new one comes in, it's like a honeymoon period. You do well for a bit and
yeah.
then you fall down again.
Mhm.
But I think we kept our
Mhm.
consistency. We tried like to be what's it called? I guess keep our momentum to win the games and stuff, and at the end it paid off.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
So, what do you think about our top four struggles? Do you think it was due to Tuchel coming in mid-season, or you thought like it's maybe a deeper issue, maybe the players' lack of consistency, or a mix of both?
Our struggle to get top four this season.
Yeah,
Honestly, like I don't want to contradict what I just said. I knew that top four was going to be difficult this season, but when I don't want to completely put this on like the managerial issues, but how we were playing when we kind of took a dip with Lampard, I think that was a big part of it. Of course, there was a bit of the players as well. Like the players didn't seem like they were in it, but also the just how Lampard was going about the whole situation. I thought that it was just going to make our chances to perform in every competition like harder, like much harder.
yeah,
And this is not to say that if Tuchel had come at the beginning of the season, it was going to be a guaranteed top four or anything. Like he could have also struggled. But him coming mid-season, I think it was good as well because he could see how the team was playing throughout the season. He came in like knowing the errors. He came in knowing what he needed to do. He came in knowing the state of the team and what he needed to do. So to say that if he had come earlier, things were going to change is, I don't know, it's a bit tricky. So I feel like Lampard taking us halfway through the season needed to happen for Tuchel to know what he needed to change. So yeah, I mean, it was tough, but I feel like it had to happen that way
yeah. I think
for, you
I
know.
don't know if you check my posts. I was hoping Lampard is gonna stay. I thought give him more time. I thought maybe it's too early after just a couple losses. I know we were in a bad position, but I was like, you know what? Let's just give him
Mm-hmm.
extra time because he got all these signings, injuries, and these things happening. I was
Yeah.
like, maybe just give him a bit more time. But I think the club
Yeah.
and their ambitions and their plans were different. So I mean, fair enough to them.
Yeah.
They sacked him and we got the results. What can you say?
Yeah. For me, what Lampard is, I feel like yes, we could say give him more time because no one wants to be sacked like halfway through the season. But I just felt like Chelsea, it's like the club is too big for someone who has very little experience. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just felt like we needed a manager with more experience because no matter how good Lampard could be, like experience wins you trophies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Experience gets you silverware. You can't come in and start. So with Lampard, I always used to tell people that if he gets sacked, I'd be more than happy if he leaves, gets some experience. Doesn't mean win trophies, but get some more coaching experience, you know, work with different players from different countries, you know, work under a lot of like different people, different teams and all that. Then I'm more than happy for him to come back in the future. But I felt like even if we had given him more time, let's say if we had given a year and say, okay, you've got this season as well, I don't think he would have gotten as much. I feel like at most, maybe like an FA Cup. But I feel like when the pressure starts to settle in, a manager with experience, you need to, you know, that's where the trophies come in because mid-season and like smaller trophies and competitions, yes, any football manager can, you know. But with Lampard, I feel like he needed to leave, find his footing first, kind of what John Terry's doing. He needed to start with like a Villa team and then come up here. So even if we had given more time, I don't think he had the experience to get us trophies since, you know, we are a trophy winning club.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's completely understandable. I think, yeah, as I said before, he kind of rushed his decisions like a bit early. I think he was trying to implement things very quickly. Didn't happen at the end. Well, yeah, I mean, you said you were talking about the FA Cup final and stuff. Did you watch the game?
Yes, most painful loss of the season. Well,
It was annoying, man. It was annoying.
yeah.
Kepa was the
No, the
goalkeeper,
FA Cup
right?
final. What?
Kepa was the goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, Kepa was in goal.
That one decision
Yeah, we
made
made a
me
lot of
angry.
changes that game. Yeah. I remember Kepa was in goal. I know Chilwell had been starting, then Alonso went in. And what other changes were made? I think Zuma was in there as well, which he hadn't been. I know Ziyech started in place of like Havertz, so it was a bit of.
Yeah, I think that Tielemans goal though was the game-changing thing for me. I think Leicester didn't really have edge. You know, Reece James was playing as a right center back. Vardy didn't do anything really to him, but I think that Tielemans goal changed everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They make
the Tielemans goal was.
Yeah, these kind of players, they make like the difference. You know, players like Tielemans, Madison, you know, they give them time and opportunity. I think they just gave Tielemans just a bit of space, the extra space, and was like, yeah, I'm gonna take the shot. It's Kepa. Kepa's reputation doesn't help.
True. I mean, with Tielemans, that was a very good goal. I'm not going to take anything away from him. That there was not much we could do. But also the pass that happened right before us. I don't know if you remember, like we changed little error there. That kind of led to that, but not to take away from. Not to say it was on Reece because that goal was like outstanding anyway. Like that was.
Yeah, I used to score those kind of goals in the streets.
No, I don't doubt it.
No, jokes aside on that, yeah, that was a painful loss. I think I expected us to win the FA Cup. That's like 2 FA Cup final losses in a row. Hopefully next year we're gonna win.
Yeah. Would you say that was the most painful loss of the season, or is there any that?
Most painful loss. I would say the game against. I think the game that we lost against Leicester, 1-0, like the one that Lampard was the coach. That was painful, to be honest. Felt like the players didn't really fight for the team or the manager for the club. That was one of the worst losses. And then I would say maybe the Aston Villa loss, the final game of the season. That was very annoying too. I think it felt like, I don't know, the players didn't really care, or maybe they feel like because they're gonna win the Champions League, they don't really care about the top four. You know, it was very weird for a club like us, because like we were in a position that we had to win. We had no other choice, but then we lost, not even a draw.
Yeah, I think for me it was definitely the FA Cup final because I went in there thinking, you know what, out of the 2 finals we have, we're more likely to win this one. But the 2 Arsenal losses hit me as well this season because I feel like we should just not be losing to Arsenal. Like, I don't care who the manager is. I don't care who their striker is. Like, we just can't be losing to Arsenal, especially twice in one season, both legs. That was just, I wouldn't say the games individually, but both of them together. I just, those two hit me.
You know what, Heidi? I mean, small clubs, you know, celebrate winning games. Big clubs winning, you know, they celebrate winning trophies.
Exactly. Good point. Not everyone can win trophies, you know. Not everyone.
Tottenham, they don't even get to celebrate winning games. Because Arsenal, they celebrate winning some games. Tottenham is just, they don't even have a manager at this point.
No, Yeah, Tottenham, we can bring that up.
Yeah, now we're gonna go to the
Yeah.
semifinals, the game that we were waiting for. Eden Hazard, Chelsea, the reunion. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
game, did you really think we're gonna win or no?
Okay, first leg, before the first leg, when I tell you I was so confident, like I honestly thought that like first leg, I was 100% we're going to win it. Like I don't know what it was, but on paper, I felt like we're the better team because they had problems with COVID, injuries. And yeah, they just didn't seem super stable at that time. And after, like the quarterfinals and group stage performances, I knew that like the Madrid game was ours. So before we went into the first leg, I was pretty confident. I knew we were going to like win first leg. But when we went into the second leg, I would say I was so nervous. Like the way I felt in the second leg against Madrid was how I felt with the Champions League final, because I know we went in with like an advantage, but I just thought Madrid was just going to come in and, do their thing in the second leg. So I definitely thought we were going to win, but I was more nervous for the second one than I was for the first leg.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterfinals was between Liverpool and Real Madrid. I preferred Real Madrid because I think Liverpool, they know us much better. They play us pretty much, in the Premier League every year. So I
Mm-hmm.
think they were familiar with us. But I think Real Madrid, I felt like this going to be the perfect time to, take advantage of their
Mm-hmm.
weaknesses and stuff. And I think, yeah,
Yeah.
I was perfectly uh, happy with the performance, and I was expecting a performance like that, especially from the fitness levels and the pressing. Real Madrid, I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't really look like a fit team. Their midfield got
Yeah.
destroyed by one man, N'Golo Kante. They couldn't handle him. Mason Mount
Yeah.
on the other hand was like doing the same thing. Werner, Havertz, all those guys, they were doing a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work, and Madrid just couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was pretty confident going into the Madrid game. And like you said, I would have preferred to play Madrid than Liverpool. So yeah, I agree on that for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the Courtois saves kind of annoyed me a bit. I mean, I was like, just let them in, just help us a bit, even though you're a snake, just let them in
Yeah.
for once.
Yeah.
You saw them
Yeah.
turn to what's it called? Prime Manuel Neuer. He was just saving everything. But yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
he got what he deserved. He got knocked out. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, in the final. Now we go to the final. I mean, this game. I was nervous for
Best
this
game
game,
of the
to be honest.
season.
I was less confident
Yeah.
in this game, for sure.
Mhm.
How did you feel before the game? How did you feel?
Do you know what? I was not nervous about like win or lose because I honestly felt like we were gonna win. So results wise, I knew we were gonna win, but I was just more nervous for like the game to start, watch how it's gonna go, how the game's gonna play out. I was definitely more nervous about that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I was pretty confident actually. I would say I was more scared for the Madrid second leg than the City final. Yeah, I think I was just pretty confident because on paper I felt like we were doing good. Plus we had beat them twice in a matter of weeks already. And I watched the interviews of both managers before the game. I listened to Tuchel and I listened to Pep. And I don't know, I just felt like Tuchel was more confident and he was saying experience goes a long way. Like if you've been in that position before, you know what to do. Whereas this was City's first side in that competition. Plus, the whole world was backing City, and then everyone else, it was just us. So that's another factor that just told me, you know what, this was the same thing that happened in 2012, and it's gonna happen again. Like I just knew it was gonna happen again, but the fact that the game had to like start, watch how it's gonna happen, I was nervous for that, but I just knew we were gonna win.
I think pretty much everyone besides Liverpool and United fans, they were like backing City. I think United and Liverpool,
Mhm.
they don't really like Manchester City, so I think they were like much
Mhm.
more backing us. Yeah, I think the City game. I remember Tuchel. There was this interview he did just before the final. He was like, yeah, we're winning this." He confidently said it, but
Yeah.
Pep Pep looked kind of nervous. I don't know. He said like, I don't know. He just felt for some reason he wasn't really fully confident, and then he just decides to put Gundogan as a defensive midfielder, which didn't really make sense.
Yeah. His lineup was sketchy as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I saw this stat that like he basically played every single game of the season with a defensive midfielder, but he didn't play one in the final. That was very weird too.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, like I know before the game, I was like looking at a few interviews, and like Pep is known for overthinking his lineups. So I just knew for some reason he was gonna switch something up, and I just knew from then he was nervous. Plus, I'm sure you saw that interview where he was like explaining why Chelsea's such a good team. So
Hmm.
the fact that he like sat down and was saying, "All right, Chelsea's so good because of this," I just knew that he was always like overthinking it already.
Yeah,
And whereas Tuchel's interview, where they asked him, all he said was, "We're gonna win. I've got the experience. everyone's focus. And then Pep, on the other hand, is trying to like pickpocket at, the spaces, what our lineup's gonna look like, and yeah, he got in his head for sure.
There's a video of him just explaining how we're gonna, or how our attacking lineup basically works, how we attack, and then that's exactly how they considered the goal. Werner made the run, took away on
exactly.
Havertz made the run in front of Zinchenko, and then Mason Mount made the assist. Yeah, he just overthinks. I mean, last year they lost to Lyon too. Same reason again.
Yeah, Pep definitely overthinks. He overthinks it. Plus, like, I just knew that like City, they've got great defenders for sure. Like Ruben Diaz, player of the season apparently, but I feel like their defenders plus our pace, they were going to struggle with that for sure. Because I know the game where I think it was like the last City game we played before that, where Alonso scored like a late goal, and that I could tell that towards the end, like towards like 70 minutes, their defense started breaking down because Werner's like running between them, and like we just got a lot of pace up front. So their defenders, they can't keep up, with like the pace that we have up front. Yeah. And when they started breaking down in those 70 minutes, I knew that, if we went in fit, focused, they were going to break down towards the end because their defense like can't keep up with such fast players and like just covering spaces. Plus like Kante, even if it's not Werner running, Kante's everywhere, Mason's everywhere. So I just knew we're going to break down their defense. Not in the first half, but I knew towards the end, like Ruben Diaz and them, they can't keep up. It's just not a lot of defenders can. So yeah, that's another thing I was confident about.
Werner was too much for them.
No, he can't. I mean, he can't. You know what I mean? He can't, even if he wants to.
Yeah, his pace is just scary. His pace is very scary. I mean, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, they were struggling to keep an eye on him. It was just the moment Werner was already behind, making the runs in behind, stretching their defense.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, every time they would like look at Werner making the runs, they forget that like Havertz is right, running down the middle. So it was just a lot for them to like keep up with, And it's like if they weren't keeping an eye on Werner, like Mount was there as well. So it was just we're everywhere for them. And
I think one thing that I noticed is that when we got the ball, the movements of our attackers off the ball work. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. The way they make their runs, the way they stretch the backlines of the opponents. It's very interesting to see because like if we get, let's say, a midfielder that's gonna be able to make runs from deeper areas. I don't know, maybe Mason can do that in the near future. I think if we do that, I think we're gonna be able to score a lot of goals that we didn't score this season.
No, I can see that for sure. Plus, like I feel like the formation that we're using with the wing backs is also really good because like you saw, like Chile and Reece, they're playing really high. So that's like like an advantage, unless of course like some defensive errors happen. But like playing with the wing backs, I feel like it's good for us as well, like keeping the pressure up front as well.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes they were like kind of sketchy because like I remember Ederson made a long ball behind Reece James, and then Sterling he had a touch, he missed it, but Reece catch up to him. And then there was this incident 2 minutes later that Rudiger had a great clearance. I think was it in the first half? I'm not sure, but I think he had a great clearance.
The one with Foden?
I think maybe, I'm not sure. I remember I think, are you talking about the person who made the pass, or because Morris was in behind on Rudiger?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about like that one like where Foden had the ball, and I think it was Rudiger who made the sliding tackle coming in.
Oh yeah, no, not that one.
Not that one.
Yeah, that was like earlier in the first half. I think Foden had the ball, he made the pass, or De Bruyne, and then he made the pass to Morris, but then the pass was a bit slow, so Rudiger cleared it. That was like two dangerous opportunities in the first half. But then,
I see that. Yeah,
Havertz scored, and we got the advantage because I know if we score first, we're gonna win it for sure.
Yeah. So were you worried going into second half? Or like
the second half, I was actually confident. I was like, now they're gonna start attacking us a bit more. They're gonna leave the spaces open, and that this was the perfect time to pin them at their own, at their own half. And we did a very good job, especially when Pulisic came on. His pace was crazy. Just like our other attackers, we started to make even more opportunities, but we never finished our chances, as you know. We got the worst finish at that time, so. We created a lot of chances, but we never finished them.
No, that's true. Yeah, finishing, that's something we're going to need to work on next season if we're going to get goals in.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we are getting Holland, so we might need to, forget about that.
You confident about that?
I am confident. I think when Roman wants something, he's gonna get it most of the times.
Yeah. Plus, we have Marina. She's not gonna let up.
Yeah, she knows her business stuff. She knows how
Yeah.
to do negotiations and stuff. All the clubs,
Mm-hmm.
they know that it's painful to deal like business with her. She knows her stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember
Oh
Havertz was
yeah.
made for 100 million and we got him for like 72 million pounds. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
she knows what she's doing. I trust her.
Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna get him for a good price for sure
Yeah, I
if we
mean,
get him.
now that we are European champions, overall, do you think if we didn't win the Champions League, do you think the season would have been an underwhelming one or no?
Yeah,
There
definitely.
we go.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Like Champions League was the top of it. But if we didn't have Champions League, nah, that was gonna be,
Top four is
that was
meh.
gonna be like
Losing the FA Cup final, not really, impressing. We got knocked out
mm-hmm.
of the League Cup and Werner scored. That was like his first goal, I think. That was a nice goal, to be honest. But yeah, it would have been a disappointing season if we didn't win the Champions League, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, Champions League topped it up for sure.
Especially
Yeah.
if
Plus,
we,
like if
especially
we hadn't won Champions League,
yeah,
like the way we ended the Premier League was just that was not a
yeah.
good end at all.
I
Like
hope
that was I credit our top four to Tottenham for sure.
yeah,
Like
100%.
that's
Gareth
it.
Bale's double. He gave
Mm-hmm.
us the Champions League. I mean, we didn't really need him, because at the end we won the Champions League, but it would have been helpful.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
for next season, who do you think we're gonna get? Just give me your top three transfer targets. If you were the owner, you had the
Who I
money.
think we're gonna
Who would
get,
you
or
get?
who
Who would
who
you
I
get?
want.
Who would you get? You.
Okay, Haaland for sure is a dream. So if we could get Haaland, that would be great. But if not, I also like Hakimi, and I feel like that's gonna happen. And I want Marquinhos as well. That's like another
Marquinhos?
guy that I kind of like. Yeah, Marquinhos as well. Yeah. Um, Declan too. Declan's a good player, but for me, Declan, I'm not putting too much pressure on that as well. Um, I don't know. I feel like I kind of just like Hakimi or like Marquinhos, Haaland. I do pick Haaland over Traore. I'm not Traore. What's his name? Lukaku for sure.
Lukaku?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Haaland. We've got more time with him, and he's still
Yeah, he's definitely
developing, and
younger.
like
He's
Tuchel can.
he's the bigger talent. I think
Mhm.
right now, for me, Lukaku is the much more complete one. I think he's a complete striker. Holland has still improvements, but I think Holland's talent
Yeah,
is definitely something else.
yeah. Plus, like I heard rumors of, I don't know how far true it is, but Verratti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Verratti as well.
I don't know. We
So
have like too
yeah,
many like small midfielders. They're like all like under 5'7", like 5'6". I
yeah.
mean, we need some physicality. Bring back Loftus-Cheek
Oh, so you want man, love this cheek, man. I feel like you need to get him on one of these podcasts for real.
one day,
Yeah.
hopefully one
So
day.
if you want like physicality, you want Traore, I'm guessing.
I think Traore. I mean, in the midfield, yes, but like I don't want Traore as a midfielder. I think he's a backup option for a wing back. I think we definitely are looking for a wing back. Hakimi, he can play as a left wing back, as a right wing back. I think he played as a right winger at times for Dortmund or even Morocco for his national team. But yeah, I think he can definitely cover multiple roles, and also he's gonna allow Reece James to play as a right center back more, as a midfielder more. And then it means maybe less game time for Aspilicueta possibly.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder what Reece plays like in midfield. That'll be interesting to see if that does happen.
Yeah, he played there for
Yeah,
Wigan, so I'm pretty sure he knows his
yeah.
stuff. And I mean, he's a very tactically versatile player. I mean, he reminds me of a stronger version of Joshua Kimmich.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I could see. I've seen that reference like made before.
Yeah, because like
Hmm.
they're right backs. They play midfield sometimes. And then I remember there was a time that Kimmich played as a center back. I mean, he's not the tallest, but I think he definitely I guess his tactical awareness is good enough to play as a center back too.
Mhm. Mhm. So apart from Haaland, who are your signings?
Yeah, for me it's gonna be Haaland. I would say Hakimi. I'm a very big fan of Hakimi. I would say those two, and Declan Rice. I think he's the physical midfielder that I was talking about. He's a great leader too. He was at
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea in his younger days. He's friends with Mason and stuff. So I think he's gonna be a perfect fit for us. He's not gonna need any adjustment time. He's gonna come in and slot in the team. Maybe even rotate
Mm-hmm.
or our other midfielders. And maybe a fourth signing, I would say Julius Kunde.
Wait, just to cut you there. So you pick Rice over Tuchel?
Yeah.
Like if you were to pick between the two. Okay.
Just his,
Interesting.
the only thing that ages it for me is his experience and his leadership ability.
Okay. Okay. No, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, for me, either or, honestly.
Yeah, I mean Shumeni is way cheaper. He's like probably 30% cheaper, 40% cheaper. But
Mm-hmm.
if it means I'm gonna get more experience of a Premier League, stuff and some leadership and also the Chelsea DNA, I would spend that extra money.
On Rice for sure. No, I
So,
can see that for sure. Yeah.
do you think give me your like lineup for next year? Like let's say we got your like dream signings. Give me like 11 of your starting next year.
Okay. One thing I'm gonna say before I start this lineup is like I'm one of those people that the team that won us the Champions League, honestly, I would not change a thing. But like, of course, you have to make
Fair
these
enough.
signings, you have to make changes and stuff. But for me, majority of the team would still be the same. But I'm just gonna swap players in and out. I would put Lukaku or Haaland at striker
Let's
for
start from
sure.
goalkeeper. Let's start from the back. Just
Goalkeeper
give
then?
me, yeah, just give
Okay,
me all the players you want.
Mendy for sure. Okay, I'm gonna make it like a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Mendy for sure. No one's changing
Three,
Mendy.
interesting.
Yeah, no, because I'm gonna like my mind's not gonna.
For
But
sure.
we're not playing with a 4-3-3. We're keeping the same formation, but I'm just gonna get the players that.
Do as you please.
Left back, we're gonna keep Chilwell. Right back, I'm gonna keep Reese. In the middle, I would put Christensen and Silva since we brought him for a little bit longer. So I put
No,
Christensen
Rudiger.
and Silva in there. Between Christensen and Rudiger, I think I'm gonna keep Christensen. Yeah, no, yeah. Midfield, we're gonna go for Conte since he's still there.
Mhm.
I really like the Conte Jorginho partnership, so I would keep Jorginho, but the chances of him being there next season is as well, But I would keep Jorginho in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, this is getting harder when we're getting up there, because me with Werner.
Yeah.
Mount's keeping his position for sure.
So you're not starting Kovacic, right?
No. I'm putting Jorginho in there.
So you got a front three, right? A right winger, a left winger, and a striker.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a left winger. Come on.
Do you know where like I'm getting like caught up is if we're to get a striker, let's say my dream signing happens, we're going with Haaland. Me and my biased opinion wants Werner on the pitch still. Plus, I want Havertz on the pitch because he deserves to be there. So
yeah,
if I'm to make some sort of, I don't know, I would put those three up there. But I also want Pulisic in there.
You can change your formation a bit. I have a recommendation. You can change to a diamond, a 4-3-1-2, with two strikers and an attacking midfielder behind them. That would work.
Do you know what? Up front, I'm going to go with Haaland. I'm going to put Werner as a winger, even though there's controversy there. I'm gonna coach him. And I'm going to put Pulisic because I want to give him a shot next season. So
Pulisic on the right.
Yeah.
Very interesting lineup. Very interesting lineup.
I know. No, I didn't think this through, but like off the top of my head, yeah.
I mean, that's
okay. Let's hear yours.
That's a nice lineup. I mean, for me, I like a back four. To be honest, I like a 4-2-3. But I'm just gonna stick to a back three that Tuchel uses. So I'm just gonna go with Mendy. Right center back is gonna be Reece James, Thiago Silva, and Rudiger. That's gonna be my back three. The wing backs are gonna be Hakimi and Chilwell. My midfield, the preferred midfield that I'm gonna choose is Declan Rice and Conte, and then our attack is gonna be Mount, Haaland, and Havertz. Your guy
Okay.
misses out. He just misses out.
Yeah. Is he gonna sub in though?
To be honest, I can see Haaland and Werner playing together with Mason in behind them. I think they're gonna be a very nice duo.
Okay. As long as he's coming in on sub, I'm happy with that.
I mean, definitely he's gonna
Good
get
lineup. Good
plenty of
lineup.
games. Like we play like 60,
Yeah.
70 games next year. We got like the Club World Cup. We got the Super Cup. There's like plenty of games to play. So your guy
No,
is not
anything
gonna,
that's better for the team for sure.
yeah.
Plus, like if he's not up to par next season, like I'm not backing him up anymore.
Yeah.
Not like not backing him up, but yeah.
I think he's gonna do much better than this season for sure. I mean, he scored like 12 goals. I expect him to get like at least close to 20 goals for me, minimum.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I see it too. I see a good season for him coming, but that's up to him.
If those misses go in, then he's like a 20-goal striker.
That'll
So
be good. That'll be good.
next year, give me your predictions in the Champions League, in the Premier League, in the FA Cup, and the League Cup. And then we got two other competitions. We got the Super Cup and then Club World Cup. So what do you think about them? Let's start with Premier League.
Premier League is gonna be tough because Liverpool's, Wait, you want me to you think we're gonna be first?
No, yeah,
I think
I'm saying
for sure.
number one, maybe Premier League number one.
Yeah, definitely one or two. 3 or 4 is enough for us.
Yeah.
We'll leave those to like United and everybody else. But like 1 or 2 for sure. Yeah. And I don't know if it's gonna be between us and City or us and Liverpool, but the 3 of us, I don't know. But 1 and 2.
Yeah. Champions League?
We're getting to finals. We're fighting for our trophy.
Possibly retaining the trophy again. I'm all for it.
It's gonna be against Madrid or Bayern.
Madrid. Madrid, they need a lot of work for their squad, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not even clear that if Ramos is going to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. But Champions League, I see us in the final again.
What about FA Cup and the League Cup?
Honestly, I don't see us. FA Cup, I don't think we're going to do. You know what? Yeah, we've performed really well in the FA Cup for the past 2 years, apart from the finals, of course. So we could continue on that streak to getting to FA Cup finals. But I feel like since there's so many tournaments next season, it's not going to be the top of our, we're not going to be fighting day in, day out for FA Cup. So we could do finals again, which we've done, which is not too difficult for us. Or we could fall short in like semis because we've got other things going on.
Fair enough. What about League Cup?
We can win it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to make a big difference. It's not the greatest trophy, but I mean, if you win it, at the end of the day. And
I think
there's going to be
the
African Cup of Nations. So there's going to be like some players missing. Are you going to support Zimbabwe? Are they even in the tournament?
I wish. Can I name a player? Is the question.
I have no clue who plays for Zimbabwe.
Me neither. But if they were, for sure.
I think the
only thing I know is we beat Algeria like a couple months ago.
Yeah. Algeria, they're a very good team. So I think Zimbabwe is not a bad team. If you beat Algeria, you're a decent team.
Yeah, decent, right?
Who do you think is going to win that one?
I really like Algeria, and then of course is Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
I think maybe like Algeria, like Ivory Coast, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Ivory
or
Coast,
Zimbabwe, between those 3.
Nicolas Pepe, Frank Kessie, Eric Bailey, Diallo from United. But I think I would definitely give it to Algeria again. I think they got like a fantastic squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Morales, Benrahma, Slimani, Ben Nasser. I mean, their team is very good. They can compete with some European teams.
Yeah.
I think that should be it. I think we went through everything. Yeah, I mean, do you have any final, closing thoughts, closing words you want to say?
So what are your predictions for next season for Champions League and Premier League?
I'm saying Premier League win, Champions League win, FA Cup win. I'm saying we're winning everything.
We're winning everything.
6-2.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm a biased guy. I hype up everything.
Yeah.
I think we know everything.
No, I can see that. If we go with the same momentum, for sure.
100%.
Mhm.
But yeah, thanks for joining me.
For sure. Thanks for
Guys,
having
hopefully
me.
you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to bring it on more on my channel. I want to definitely make some content, some shows that I can bring on some consistent guests. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure to smash the like button, and yeah, see you later for the next video. Bye bye.